Two Russian missiles hit a grain processing facility in Poland, close to the Ukraine border. This visualized design shows you it's impossible to read all terms of service of your social apps. Water pipe encrusted with groundwater salt. 86-year-old bodybuilder breaks own record, becomes oldest to ever compete in Japan. This gentleman is an inspiration. Congratulations on your work. Arctic fox travels over 3,500 kilometers, 2,717 miles, Norway to Canada. Ancient graffiti saying, I visited and did not like anything but the sarcophagus. And I cannot read the hieroglyphs. Greek tourists vandalized the Egyptian tomb of Ramses V over 2,000 years ago. Excavation of an Easter Island Moai. My dad's at it again with his aesthetically pleasing crop circle leaf mulching. Mehran Karimi Nasseri, known from the terminal, have unfortunately passed away in Charles de Gaulle Airport, where he lived for 18 years. Rumisa Jelji, the world's tallest woman at age 3. This absolute monstrosity is the Aquata water park construction site in Qatar. Sunflower seeds growing into sunflowers while still in the sunflower. Crab invasion, as this unsuspecting family enjoyed their freshly cooked barbecue while camping on secluded Christmas Island off Western Australia's far northwest, the rubber crabs. Stadium in Russia didn't meet FIFA standards for the World Cup, so they added 18,000 seats in the most terrifying way possible. Thomas Woodhouse, born in England, circa 1730, was a performer in various circus sideshows in the mid-18th century. Woodhouse is chiefly known for having the world's longest nose, allegedly measuring 7.5 inches 19 centimeters long. In 1945, a B-25 US Army bomber crashed into the Empire State Building while flying in heavy fog. Scientists regenerated this 30,000-year-old plant from Siberian permafrost. Here is a map that shows the most frequent web browser used in every country 2012 versus 2022. The most popular browser. World population over the last 12,000 years. The size of the world population over the last 12,000 years. A man engrossed in one of Prague Castle's giant books. Underwater waterfall off the coast of Mauritius in the Indian Ocean. In 2003, Boston moved their highway underground. Here are the results. Formula 1 steering wheels over the years. F1 steering wheels. 1950, 1990, 2008, 2013, 2022. When small blobs of human brain grown in a dish were coaxed into forming rudimentary eyes, which responded to light by sending signals to the rest of the brain tissue. French philosopher Bernard Henry Levy fakes being in danger from Serb sniper fire in Sarajevo while being inside a safe zone guarded by relaxed Bosnian soldiers. Sarajevo, 1992 or 1993. Night fishing in Hawaii, 1948. What people from 1899 predicted the world would be in 2000. Science fiction spaceship size comparison. The size of this service dog. Daniel Corden accidentally photographed a meteor while capturing an erupting volcano. Cooked ostrich leg. A family took a photo of massive, purple jellyfish washed up on an island in Maine over the weekend. New study shows that cooperative spam who swim in groups outrun runners in the race to fertilize an egg. The lava formations you can spot at West Kamakuna Skylight, Hawaii. Lightning viewed from an airplane window. Hoovervilles were shanty towns built by the American homeless population during the Great Depression in the 1930s. They numbered in the hundreds during the decade and were all destroyed in the 1940s. Beauty standards in the 40s to 50s were different. I found this in an old pin-up girl magazine. A holdout house in Chongqing, China. I saw a radioactive shipment on the road today. Where the term lowercase and uppercase come from. It's actually a remnant of a past where printing presses had manually set letters. Small letters, which were used the majority of the time, were kept in the lower, easier to access case, whereas large letters were kept in the upper. At 11:11 a.m. every Veterans Day, the sun aligns with the anthem Veterans Memorial in Arizona to shine through the ellipses of the 5 marbled pillars representing each branch of the armed forces, illuminating the Great Seal of the United States. This hummingbird nest with a leaf roof to protect from sunlight. Today, NASA successfully launched Artemis 1, the most powerful rocket ever built, into space, starting a new era of space exploration for the future of humankind with the goals to colonize a solar system and then beyond. A watermelon-themed American flag in Kyrgyzstan. The inside of an LNG, liquid natural gas, cargo hold on a tanker ship. The waffle or grid corrugations allow the 340-liter stainless steel tank liner to safely accommodate thermal expansion or contraction during the loading or unloading of cryogenic, liquefied gas. Unique people that show how unpredictable genetics can be. Half and half sunset, no filter. Photo of a rare hybrid eclipse over Kenya. 104 years ago, end of World War I in Antwerp, Belgium, 11th November 1918. Just as with its 8 billion population milestone, an updated study shows that the spam concentration in men is on a global decline and has halved in 40 years. How they expected food delivery would be in the future, 1940. The genetics of a two-faced cat split among its offspring. A hummingbird nest built on a beach. Someone at my work has an Antarctica license plate. The official mascot of the Paris 2024 Olympics. The character is modeled off the Phrygian cap, a symbol of liberty in France. Another Jeff Lee painting. Amazing. 2,300-year-old plush bag made of felted reindeer wool from Siberia, 400 to 300 BCE. This figure, which is still stuffed with reindeer fur, was sealed inside a frozen tomb in Pazyryk, Siberia during the Iron Age, and was thereby preserved in the permafrost for more than 2,300 years. Chinese kin sword with gold openwork handle, 770 to 476 BC. Hummingbird and some bees learn to share a drinking fountain. I shot a tiger with my Nikon. In Sweden, there's planet statues scattered around the country that form a proportional solar system around the globe, Sun. This colorized photograph captured the moment that Howard Carter and his associate, Arthur Callender, first opened the burial sanctum and laid eyes onto Tutankhamun's sarcophagus, which lay undisturbed for over 3,000 years. Position of the North Magnetic Pole since 1590. 1969 and 2022, Apollo 11 and Artemis 1 launches. Ice Cave, Greenland. Some moths can grow to the side of a hand, and even larger, with human forescale. A small colony of plants were able to grow inside this clam. Convergent evolution. This frog turtle evolved the exact same color pattern separately. A condor fending off a full-grown wolf. Apparently these are all different Italian words to refer to the female genitalia. Random monk selecting his weapon at a defense expo. Xylaria polymorpha fungus, otherwise known as dead man stingers. A CT scanner, computerized tomography, with its outer panels removed. This machine combines a series of X-ray images taken from various angles around the body and uses computer processing to create cross-sectional images of the bones, blood vessels and soft tissues inside your body. No brand chips. Tasted this and you would honestly not be able to tell the difference. Hainan Bird's Nest Hotel, hidden in the Beijing forest in China. The Hoatzin or Hoatzin is the only species in the order Opisthocomiformis. It is a species of tropical bird found in swamps, riparian forests, and mangroves of the Amazon and the Orinoco basins in South America. An aurora exploding above me in Churchill, Manitoba. Komodo dragon bones are structured like chainmail to protect against other Komodo dragons. How death rates from answer line up with cigarette consumption. USA. Cigarettes sold per adult per day. Lung answer death rate per 100,000 people. 1900, 1930, 1960, 1990, 2020. One of many 2,300-year-old bronze statues recently unearthed near Tuscany, Italy. The statues were covered by 6,000 bronze, silver, and gold coins. Archaeologists have been working on the site since 2019 and remarked that the area's heat, muddy waters help their immaculate preservation. Side by side, bald eagles can appear blonde due to leucism, a pigment mutation. Kepler 186f, a planet that might have red plants. The planet orbits a star that is much cooler and redder than our sun. If the planet does have life, its photosynthesis could have been influenced by the star's red wavelength photons, making the plants red. The image is a poster made by NASA. Looking back at the Earth from 57,000 miles, the Orion spacecraft on its way to the moon this morning. OG Monopoly board, patented January 5, 1904. Indian truck drivers are famous for decorating their trucks, which is their livelihood and home for 10 months out of the year. These eggs contain baby frogs instead of tadpoles. The Metropolitan Area Router underground discharge channel in Kazukabe, Saitama, Japan. It is the world's largest underground floodwater diversion facility, built to mitigate overflowing of the city's major waterways and rivers during rain and typhoon seasons. A Greek bronze Corinthian helmet, archaic period, circa 525 to 475 BC. The bearded vulture, aka a real-life dragon. Their feathers are not naturally red, they rub themselves against cliff faces to stain their plumage with iron oxides. Their diet consists exclusively of bones, which they drop from great heights onto rocks to smash them open. This bug's camouflage. The Harmandi Sahib, Golden Temple, in Amritsar, India, lit up in celebration of the birth of the founder of the Sikh faith, Guru Nanak. Bat embryos have a peekaboo phase where the wings cover their eyes. A collection of majestic Arctic paintings by William Bradford, 1823 to 1892. SAAB 105 poster showcasing its easy maintenance. A gorilla with lack of pigmentation on Herdinger's. 10 years of sun and moon colors by astrophotographer Marcella Giulia Pace. Amateur historian discovers 600-year-old English coin in Newfoundland. The shortest single segment of a boundary between two countries is 55 meters between Sweden and Finland on the small island of Morkut, Finland. Sweden, 100 meters, 300 feet. 4 minutes of bees visiting a tree outside my window. I took 351 images to make the sent photograph. Wasp, Euspinolium illitaris, with the body of an ant and the pigmentation of a panda. The presidents of Argentina use normal cars at their inaugurations instead of luxury limos. This is not because they want to lower government spending or something similar. It is actually an attempt to gain popularity by presenting themselves as men of the people. The North Shoreline's Electroliner train sets. From 1941 to 1963, these streamlined interurbans provided service between Chicago, Illinois and Milwaukee, Wisconsin, traveling at speeds of up to 90 miles per hour. These are colorized photos taken of some veterans from Napoleon's armies decades later. These men, rather old by then, are owing to one of the most fascinating periods in European history. On this day 104 years ago, at 11 AM on November 11, 1918, the German Empire surrendered to the Allies, ending the First World War. Data model of a collision of two protons within the Large Hadron Collider, LHC, at CERN. Here, a Higgs boson is produced, decays into two jets of hadrons and two electrons. The lines represent possible paths of particles produced, while the energy these particles deposit is shown in blue. Beautiful. The Statue of Liberty under construction in Paris in 1884. These alien-looking structures are part of Nemo's Garden, an installation in the waters off the Italian village of Nulli that's testing how plants grow in undersea greenhouses. High security prison in centrum of Ålesund, Norway. Henry Cavill's burned face in Mission Impossible. Fallout was 100% makeup/prosthetics with no CGI used. A bumblebee's face under a microscope. This 16th century trick chair locked you in until you drank a predetermined amount of wine. The Fangstelfer Trinkspiel was a favorite novelty in the court of Archduke Ferdinand II. Roman tomb altar showing a deceased lapdog approaching a table set with food offerings. The inscription reads, "Stop to look at the tomb of the jubilant dog Aeolus, for whom I felt immeasurable pain as she was carried away from me by the swift fate." Illustration of the major port city Londinium, founded by the Roman Empire approximately between 47 to 50 AD. Tooth of span whale with two ibex figures from Mars d'Azur. Upper Paleolithic period, Middle Magdalenian culture, circa 15,000 BP. Mars d'Azur, Cavarige Department, France. Dimension 12.5 by 5.0 by 3.7 centimeters. Musée d'Archéologie Nationale, Domaine National de Saint-Germain-en-Laye, France. This is one of the first detailed maps written. It is called Alidros's Tabula Regiliana. It depicts the European continent and North Africa, and also depicts West Asia. It was written in the year 1154 by Muhammad al-Idrisi. Dreer and Tequila, a more ancient Dorset circa 1830 by Henry de la Beche, the very first pictorial representation, watercolor, of a scene from deep time, based on fossil incidents. This is a long exposure photograph showing the surface of water made visible by the reflection of an airliner's landing light. As it scanned the water, it highlighted the waves as they moved toward shore. As a result, they looked diagonal, when they were actually parallel to shore. One of the first ever model trains ever produced by Lionel No. 5. Special 040 Standard Galloco circa 1910 to 1911. The reflective material revealed with different lights, natural, torchlight, camera flash. The company that makes this balsamic vinegar is over 400 years old. This moth perfectly disguised as a branch. Absolute monster of an Ectios verti found recently in Whitby, UK. Probably Temnodontosaurus. 2 wasps scrapping over a fly. Abandoned test torpedo rig. Beef rib are cheaper than black beans in Venezuela. Walked down a hill near a cliff in Maui and found a whole lace car. This spider I found in my bedroom.